and I'll be honest, that's why at 30 years old, you have such a defiant attitude. Your attitude's kind of trash regarding relationships.
Today, we are reacting to yet another epic Kevin Samuels video. Let's watch. We shall be commenting or reacting at the end.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 30.
Have you been on here before?
I came on, but I was asked to get off the phone because I was at work. So I'm back.
All right. So you were asked to get out earlier today?
No, the last time I was on with you.
Okay. So when is the time? Is it time to give up on the fantasy?
Me personally, I'm not gonna give up because I don't think I'm really trying yet. So
What age do you think you're going to start trying?
to be honest with you, I'm having my selfish year. So I'm gonna give myself probably like 1 to 2 years. Then I'll pursue a relationship or whatever I desire.
You have any kids?
Yes, I have a beautiful daughter. She's 6.
Why do you think it works like that?
Works like what?
You're already a single mother, which is no shot. My mom was a single mother, but talk about your selfish years when you got a kid.
Yeah,
Why do
one,
you, my question is, you said that, I said, is it time to give up a dream? You said never give up on a dream. That people get married in their 60s and 80s, which is always this fanciful shit like that.
no,
So if your daughter, so listen.
we
So
all have,
listen. No. If your daughter didn't study, didn't do her homework, and said, "Well, mom, people pass tests all the time," you'd say, "All right, daughter, just live life like that."
I'm not understanding. Did you ask me a question or?
Yeah. Would you allow? Why are you? When are you going to grow up and become a serious woman?
I feel like I'm being serious. I'm taking my life seriously.
But you said you're in your selfish years.
Yeah, I think we
It's
all
your
have,
daughter.
when you're in a relationship, you really can't be selfish because you are constantly having to think about your partner. So at this, at this current moment in my life, and I want to be selfish. I want to worry about me and not have to think about making somebody else happy. You know what I'm
And why
saying?
make a baby?
Why did I make a baby? One, I was young. Two,
You were 20, you were 24,
yeah,
weren't you?
so
You weren't young.
I mean, technically, I
Youngest
think
14, ma'am. Youngest 14.
I was engaged, so that was my main reason to do
It
it.
doesn't count for marriage. So don't get combative. Don't get fussy, because you say you want to be selfish, and I'm just sitting here listening. I'm like, you're a mother.
Yeah, selfish for my daughter.
No,
Reason
you
two,
haven't said for your daughter. You
for the
said
both.
no, you know,
Because
ma'am. Ma'am, I hear very well. I hear very well. And you only brought your daughter up when I called it out.
it's for both of us.
Of course it is. So how's doing dicks gonna help your daughter?
Doing dicks. Who said who's doing dicks?
Being
Who you,
selfish, doing your own life. I mean,
that that's
what are you doing
that,
in your single years? What are you doing in your single years is going to help you become a wife?
work on myself. Work on what my priorities, my goals, my
My,
whatever.
my, 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 my. Johnny Gill ass. My, me. Who listen to this selfishness? A
Yeah, I'm not.
wife?
I'm proud. I'm proud. If you want to say I'm being selfish, okay, I'm finally being selfish. I was.
Good. Die alone. You can be proud and die alone. That's cool, man. We're fine.
Oh,
Honestly.
not.
I'm more happy. I'm more happy with women like you who are loud, proud, so we can identify you. So guys can just learn to just say congratulate you, live in your truth and your power.
I will
Oh,
not die. I will guarantee you that.
of course not. Of course not. You're all gonna get married to high value men and have solid gold children and travel and drive Mercedes and have personal chefs and all this other stuff. Of course, it's all gonna happen. That's what you've been
Yes.
told. That's why, and I'll be honest, that's why at 30 years old, you have such a defiant attitude. Your attitude's kind of trash regarding relationships.
Okay.
Relationships, man. Relationships. I didn't say period, just kind of trash regarding relationships. Because apparently to you, relationships hinder you from being selfish. But I've got news for you. An average man provides a woman options. A man of value provides a woman freedom. You can't be selfish as a single mama. You got to do what you got to do.
Okay. That's a fact.
I know. So why you'd rather be? I don't. We have deified being a single mother when that shit is hard.
That's exactly why I have to be selfish because I don't have time to have
No,
that.
you don't have to. Being selfish doesn't get you a man. Doesn't get you a husband.
Looking for a man right now. I think I'm content with.
I want you to understand. See, this is what I mean. So you are prepared. Well, that's fine. That's why I'm glad to do these things because they think it's a game. I'm
Here,
not
what's
looking
your
for. Did you go to
okay?
college? Did you go to
Yes,
college?
I actually went to.
What
Some,
you're breaking? What's your degree in?
I didn't graduate college.
Oh, okay. What is your profession?
I was into. I was in school for nursing.
What is your profession?
I'm in the airline industry.
So you're a flight attendant.
Yes. And next.
You're a sky waitress. Shout out to the sky waitresses. Not really a not a good profession for a single mother. But see, I want you guys to understand that she fits in that kind of creative area, and you find a lot of women who are hairstylists and flight attendants because they can fly places. And but you say you're gonna do it for 2 more years, and then you don't decide to find a husband or decide to be in a relationship. Do you want any more kids one day?
Oh yeah, I definitely want.
How many more?
Um, probably like two more.
I'm assuming you want to have kids in the context of a marriage, or do you care?
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to wait for. So
Oh, okay.
marriage.
So when you're married and pregnant with the next child, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills?
No.
Oh, okay. Uh, then after you have your two other kids and your one kid, what percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for an entire lifetime? I mean, if you
Um,
don't, I mean, if you
maybe
don't provide it's not there.
I feel like it would be like old style parenting. Like so maybe like the groceries or it's like stuff like
So in
that.
other words, less than 10%,
Correct.
less than 5% if your groceries. So
You know,
groceries is, so
I,
you really don't want to have, I'm not judging, man, but groceries for, you don't really want to have to provide any real money. That's fine. 5 to 10%.
oh, I saw my parents do it. The man took care of mostly everything, whatever. Even though she made a decent amount of money, she made over, six figures. All she did was
Your
you
mother
know,
married to your father?
yes,
Are they still married?
yes.
Okay, you're not your mom. You're an
Okay.
independent modern woman and you want to be a housewife.
Yes.
Ain't gonna happen. Because the kind of men that make the kind of money to be able to afford 3 kids and a lifestyle, 200 some odd $1,000 ain't gonna put up with this attitude. I don't
I
care
did
how good you think. I'm
it too.
not gonna put up with a modern woman. They're just not going to put up. What I'm saying is the kind of men that can afford a family of 3 in a middle class, upper middle class lifestyle aren't putting up with modern women. They want traditional feminine women who are, they're not selfish. They are selfless. They put themselves last.
But I
They
feel
put
like that
their man first and their family second.
that was me for about 8 years.
Doesn't
So
matter. And they want a woman that's like that in all things at all times. They don't want a woman who goes through a selfish phase. Matter of fact, when they find a woman who are like you, they say she's a chameleon and they'll hit the skins and they'll leave. They don't marry her. They run a background check. And as soon as they find an independent streak, you're not in wife category. We're talking about men who you're talking about you don't want to have to pay for groceries. So a man's going to have to make well over six figures to have $1.5 million in kids. And you can have, I mean, you got this little smirk, like, it's not a game. I'm doing this so other women can hear. I'm doing this so other women can hear how crazy this sounds.
I'm listening.
No, there's nothing else to be said. You've said plenty enough. You in your selfish phase. And there's nothing out there that you're doing that's going to be of value to a husband.
I think it is. Me being selfish will prepare me in order when that right man, I will be in the right space in order to give him like 100% of me. At this moment, I cannot give no man not even 50% of me right now because I'm not even thinking about a man. You know what I'm saying? So in all honesty, when it comes down to like, let's say if a year or 2 years from now, when I'm in the right state of mind in order to, you know, be able to have a relationship with no walls and whatnot, you know, then I'll be able to give myself like that, you know?
Okay, so let me ask you two questions. If a man who can meet your standards,
Uh-huh.
he can meet a whole lot of other women's standards.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Why would he pick you, a woman who has to go on this selfish journey and all that stuff? Why would he not pick a woman who's already in her feminine and not wavering, did not have to go through anything? She's just ready to go.
Okay, he can pick the other.
Hold on, listen, and no child.
Badly, he can pick the.
Listen, I think you need to understand the kind of men you're looking for are very rare. Women aren't rare. Cute isn't rare. What you have to offer the market, which is men, is in abundance. So the person who is rare has to pick. He can only pick one wife. Why would he pick a wife that was in this position when he can pick a woman who just has her mind right from the jump?
Okay, so when I'm thinking about my future husband, I'm thinking he's destined for me. So
Yeah.
I'm not thinking, oh,
Where'd you get that belief at? Where'd you get that belief from?
where did I get that belief? I believe in, what is it? Law of attraction. You know, I don't know. I just believe that my husband is my husband, right? So if I have that mentality, I'm okay, this man is going to be my husband. This man is going to be my husband. No, my husband will find me.
So how many men are destined for you?
How many men?
Mm-hmm.
I've been in one serious relationship, so
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, I'm just asking because you mentioned destiny. So is there only one man that's destined for you?
Honestly, yeah.
Okay. Then if that's the case, why do you have another man's child?
Because at one point in time, that one man was.
No. Think about what you just said. If you're his, then you should. If he's yours, then you should be his. And if that's the case, you shouldn't have another man's child.
You know,
That
yeah. So
Excuse me. Just think about the logic. Just think. Don't get defensive. Just think about the logic. If you guys are destined to be with one another, that means you should be only for him. That means your womb should only be for him.
That's correct, and that was my mistake for having. I can't say my.
Or there is no such thing as somebody that's destined to be with you. It's a choice.
It
That is
is.
Disney fantasy that's been marketed to the women in the West to sell you Valentine's Day cards and engagement rings. This is a new creation. And my question to you is if your mother and father were married and they're still married, did they not model what a healthy, functioning marital relationship was to look like?
I mean, I don't think that marriage is perfect, but they did definitely model what marriage is. You know.
So do you want to have what they had?
I would say yeah.
So so if you were to look in the public, what would be your relationship ideal role model? Your relationship ideal model? What
Um,
couple do you say that's who you want it to be like?
Honestly, I would say a man like Russell Wilson. So, you know, but
And if I asked you who and I asked you, is your black femininity ideal? Who is that public figure?
who's my ideal public figure? I honestly would say Beyonce.
Femininity.
Femininity.
Beyonce makes
I'm a
sense.
of
Makes sense. It makes sense because the only way your world will work is if you're Sierra and you wanted Russell Wilson. The thing is, I, this has been invaluable because there's so many women like you who just think, well, how can I say this? You can believe what you want, you can live
Mhm.
in your truth, but here's the thing. The likelihood of you getting Sierra's prayer, you have a better chance of hitting the lottery, especially for a provider male. And the man that would be better suited for you, he's probably better off without you. And I mean this way because you're selfish. A
Okay.
wife doesn't have a selfish streak. Are you an only child?
No.
Okay. So, and I don't mean any insult by this, but seriously, have you ever had any therapy?
No.
Have you ever considered it?
Oh yeah. I think I have just recently. Just recent
I
within
think
like
you should look into it. I think you should look into it because what you're saying, ma'am, may feel like it's protecting you, but it's very unhealthy. Very unhealthy. Relationships are about life is about people. And I know you're on Instagram and you got to protect your ego and say certain things because you want to maintain status, but it's not helping you. You can't live this way. Not especially get the outcomes you're talking about, because there's not one person that's destined for you. You choose somebody. Life ain't about love. Marriage ain't about love. It's about an agreement. And
so
my question is, do you have what it takes to go 30? Do you have what it takes to go 40 years with somebody?
yeah, if I'm married, yeah, of course, but if I'm not, just like my last situation, 8 years down the road for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So
But you could have married that person.
I don't have time
You
to,
could have married that person.
some men are selfish. So,
But you're a selfish woman. That would have been perfect.
um, I plead the fifth on this one.
Right. Don't blame it on the men. You picked him. We are what we attract. So last questions. All right, because let's just say your right person doesn't show up for whatever reason. What does life look like at 55 years old socially for you if you're unmarried?
If I'm unmarried, I hope to have friends who are also, and just live life, enjoy life for what it is.
Okay. What
Huh?
state do you live in?
Washington, D.C.
Okay. Uh, will you have your $2.2 million you'll need to retire on at age 65 to live from 65 to 85 as a flight attendant?
I'm hoping to do more than that, but yeah.
How are you hoping to do that on a flight attendant salary?
I don't plan to just stay here, so I have my own plans and agenda. So,
What profession
and
do you plan on? What profession do you plan on pursuing that's going to give you that kind of income and investment and savings?
that's my personal.
No, no, man. You can just tell us. You can just. You don't have to give us the exact plan. Just ask the
I
just the profession.
honestly a real estate plan. So
Really?
with yes, so I mean it's not just me, but yeah, you can laugh all you want, but
God
that's
damn it! Oh, God damn it! Can't make this shit up.
okay.
God
Next,
damn it!
it's
I'm laughing, man, because I did. Did you have you watched this since the
and
beginning?
it's
Have
funny
you been
how
watching this since the beginning? Ma'am, stop. Have you been watching this since the beginning?
I can say here and there.
God damn it. This is why your godfather. Undefeated. I told you, the realtor. Here she is. Extrovert, attention seeking,
I don't see what's so.
hopeful, optimistic,
I really don't see
always
this.
about how value men. You, oh God damn it, God damn it, God.
I'm missing the joke, so please fill me in.
You watch the replay. Watch the replay.
I'm
I've talked about the 7 or 8 archetypes of women, and today we're talking about the realtor. And I went down and said who the realtor is, how she thinks, how she moves, and man, you nailed it to a T. You nailed it to a goddamn T. And I see you every day.
Oh, you're funny.
No, you're common. This is a common mindset, and I'm not trying to insult you. I'm trying to let you know that you have a choice at 30 years old. But if you don't get some help to get out of whatever's in your mind that's making you on this selfish thing, because whatever it is, it's some fear, scarcity, and like some hurt, some something's there. Because this is the normal for a female to be so, and you can't fix it yourself. So have a good day, though.
You
I
too.
think
Well, you have had it. That is Kevin Samuels for you, as he's had a very good dialogue with a 30-year-old air hostess. A lot can be learned, a lot can be seen, and I want to believe that a lot can be observed by this woman. I want to tell you one thing, that there are many women like her in today's world. Women that are typically called modern women. Women that are not willing to change. Women that are not willing to learn from other women. We have seen Kevin Samuels from inception talking to women of her nature, talking to women that feel are comfortable that they have. Look, she's 30 years old. She's telling the world how selfish she is. She's willing to be selfish at her age. She comes out and tells everyone that she wants to be selfish at least for the next 2 years. And then after the 2 years, she will see what to do with her life, whether maybe to concentrate, whether to get a man, whether to do something positive out of her life. Guys, when you are 30, when you're a single mother, certain decisions cease to be with you. Your thought process, your understanding has to change when you're a single mother. She's a single mother. She's aged 30. And she comes out to tell the world how she's going to give up 2 good years to concentrate on herself, to concentrate on loving herself, to concentrate on her. That will make her 32 years old. Remember, she came out and told everyone how she's not in a hurry to get married again. Remember, she's not earning that much. Life changes for a woman. When you're aged 30, you are close or you're in the danger zone. Once you add the 2 years, that will make her 32 years old. It will be dangerous for her to even think of getting married at 32. When you look at her beauty, I don't know what you will give her out of 10. Would you give her a 5? Would you give her a 6? Would you give her a 7? I don't know. But personally, when I come to think about it, or when I come to look into her beauty, I don't think she's close to even a 7, even an 8, no? She's a 5. And you'll be 32 years. You a single mother. Your tone has to change. Your talking has to change. And if a woman out there that is listening in, that has watched this video, and you have the same mentality as her, it's time for you to change your mind. It's time for you to think twice about the decisions you take. Look, Kevin Samuels makes it very easy for everyone to understand what he's talking about. Kevin Samuels goes ahead to even advise her on the next course of action if she wants to be different. but she's not willing to change. She's giving her own personal reasons why she's not willing to change, reasons that will not benefit her, reasons that will not benefit the child, and reasons that will not benefit anyone. And I wonder why women don't learn. Your parents are married for over, let's say, 20 years, and you don't learn anything from your parents. You don't learn while they are still together. You don't learn why your parents have kept a marriage. We have not yet seen the advantages of getting married. Sometimes women make it difficult for men to support you. Sometimes women make it difficult for men to see good in them, even when they have good in them. She could be a good person. She could be a good person out there. But the way she's talking is giving her up. Any man that was considering dating her has to think twice after watching this video. If there's a man that was eyeing her, that gentleman has to think twice before dating her. Because whatever she has been speaking was her mind, was what she thinks about life. I want to tell you women out there that if you have the same mentality as her, life will be difficult for you past 30 years. Think twice again. Don't rush it, but things will be totally different. There are a couple of things we heard her speak that maybe may invoke people to react differently. There are a couple of things. Of course, we can even start with what she ended with when she came out and said that she's willing to invest in real estate when she decides to remain single. Look, Kevin Samuels even laughed at it. The money you earn may not permit you to invest in the kind of business you want to invest in. After all, you are 30 years at the moment. You don't have long in that business. Meaning you'll be there about 35, 37, and the air company will find a replacement for you. So you don't have long, and you're not even thinking of marriage, giving excuses of saying I can even be married at 60, 80. Women sometimes need to wake up. Sometimes you need to wake up and think twice about what you do, what you say. Work on your emotions. It's difficult to defend women of this nature. It's no surprise that Kevin recommended therapy. She needed therapy, and she needed it fast as possible. Kevin told her that you need to go for therapy to change your mindset, because if you don't change it, things are going to be difficult, totally difficult for you. Now, you could be a man that was eyeing a woman of her nature. You want to get married to a woman, and the woman is telling you, I'm not ready to marry. I want to first be myself. I want to first enjoy my life. I want to first be me. Now, if you're a man out there that has been dating a woman just like her, I think Kevin just opened up our eyes and our minds to run away very quickly, because at the end it will be bad for us all. And if you're a woman out there that has watched this video attentively and you feel you still don't want to change your mind, you still want to keep you still want to keep going with what you have been having, it's difficult again for you, because you have heard, you have seen, and you have even observed some of the side effects that may come in. And if you're not willing to change, I'm sorry, it's also difficult for you. It's difficult to defend you as well. I will leave that to you to make your own decision as a woman and as a man. But before I leave, I want to ask the men out there, what do you think about her? What do you learn from this entire dialogue? I know a couple of people may have different sentiments and feelings about all this. But I really want to hear your thoughts about this woman. This has been a very good educative dialogue between Kevin Samuels and this woman. And I would really love to hear your thoughts about this. It's at this moment that I ask you guys to leave your thoughts in the comment section. Again, if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. And let's meet in the next video. Bye-bye. By the way, before I leave, I want to thank Kevin Samuels for the videos he left us. And if you're not aware, you can as well view them on Kevin Samuels' YouTube channel. However, with us, we simplified them for you by giving you story by story. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.